So let's talk a little bit about, Virginia, how we can capture someone's attention. How can I capture someone's attention in less than 5 seconds with video? What can I do?
You grab their attention by telling them how you're going to help them, that solution hook right out of the gate. You give them a promise, this is going to help you, and then you deliver on it. I mean, I just think even saying, hey, what's up, TikTok? I hear that a lot. Or stop your scroll. That may have worked for the first 500,000 people who tried that, but you need to tell them what they're going to get, or they're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Swiping.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there a lot. So another thing that I've noticed in your videos, Virginia, and again, you've got over 250,000 followers on 2 TikTok channels, which is very, very impressive. One of the things that I've noticed that you do in your videos is it's not just really you speaking to a camera in for 60 seconds straight. You're kind of having like changing of scenes, right? So talk to me a bit about that. How important is it that you're changing the number of scenes in your videos, and how often should we be doing that?
I use what's called the pattern interrupt. And the pattern interrupt can be a change of framing. It can be a change of location. It can be a change of clothes. Like I said, I like to incorporate little characters. So I'll tell you what not to do, and then my character will do all the wrong things. And so that's a pattern interrupt. Sound effects are a pattern interrupt. A transition is a pattern interrupt. Anything that can keep the viewer going, moving forward with your videos so that they want to continue to watch. Text bubbles are also a pattern interrupt. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make, though, is they'll either overuse the pattern interrupts or they don't use them effectively. For instance, a text bubble. If you put all the text up at once or multiple text bubbles up at once, that's clutter. And that confuses the person. And if you're not clear about what they're getting, they swipe. So you want to use it effectively, but less is more, meaning fewer words in your text bubble, and then edit them to the next scene, or maybe the next edit is a better way to say it, or the next sentence. That's why I do that. As far as how often you should do it, it depends on your style. My style is it's not what I would recommend everybody do. I think it depends on your personality, your brand. But I do think that if you can edit your sentences very tightly, which is also going to help you with, having a shorter amount of time. And on TikTok, on any of these, we want, that watch time to go up, and it's going to go up if it's a shorter video and people are likely to get through the whole thing. So tighten your sentences. And then a really easy way to get that pattern interrupt is you can change the frame every time you do an edit, meaning you can zoom in or you can zoom out. Another hack is I will record each sentence separately, or maybe not a sentence, but each thought separately. And that way I've got different framing. Maybe I do a wide shot, medium shot, close-up shot. Just I have options when it's time to edit. I don't edit inside the app, by the way. So
okay.
That can
Yeah. So I want to talk about that a little bit, but I just want to kind of highlight one of the things you said. A lot of really, I think, important stuff there with the pattern interrupts. But one of the problems I think that you can fall into when you're just starting this kind of message vlog style one-on-one type of conversation is that you think that you need to have a 60-second monologue that's perfect. But when you're using the pattern interrupts, when you're breaking down your videos into 5-second segments, it's a lot easier for you to be thoughtful with your words and be more poignant with your words. So listen, you don't need to go for 60 seconds straight, right? Just break it down into 5-second segments. So let's talk a little bit about that, right? You're creating videos not inside the app on the fly, right? You're not just going to Instagram and recording a quick video. You're not doing that in TikTok. How are you actually going through this process? So you're sitting at home. I assume that you're batching your video production. You have a strategy to it. But let's start with this, Virginia. If I'm getting started with video, I don't have a lot of video editing experience. What's a good way for me to get started outside of an app creating video experiences?
I'm not saying you shouldn't edit inside the app. I think a lot of people have learned editing from TikTok.
Sure.
And now Reels, although Reels is a little clunky right now. So I tell my clients, let's just edit outside of the app because Reels is a little glitchy. TikTok is a little smoother ride right now. But I would suggest you get an app that's very basic, like Video Shop. It's a very basic app, and it's simply going to allow you to marry separate clips. So if you're going to edit or shoot, I should say, if you're going to shoot a video like we just described, where you do it in different segments instead of one long minute, one take, Then you throw all of those into Video Shop, and immediately it's all married together as one video. And then you can go in and trim so that you can get those really tight edits with your sentences like we talked about. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, in one of the biggest challenges, again, for someone that's just getting into video editing, that's never edited a video before, I think that's a really, really sound piece of advice, Virginia. You could start in the app. That's fine. Start getting the app, playing with it. Something like TikTok is pretty comprehensive in what you can do. Instagram has some different features, but the key here is don't think that you have to do everything all at once. Stop comparing yourself to professionals like Virginia. What the best thing to do is start by just doing something, and then make your next episode a little bit better, your next video a little bit better. Don't think that you have to do all the filters and the apps, the add-ons at once. Just one at a time.
And less is more, honestly. I have students or clients who they come in and they want to do what I'm doing, and then they put so many sound effects and so many transitions, and it's like I feel like I went through a tornado. I have no idea what you just told me. So you really just need to get your face on camera and start somewhere. I didn't start there. I mean, you can go back and look at my first videos on my TikTok accounts and even on Instagram. And even for me, who's been doing it for so long, it was a big learning process for me. Because like you said at the very beginning, video has changed dramatically over the years. And people's attention spans continue to shrink.
Right. And every platform is different too. Your messaging on LinkedIn has got to be a little bit different than your messaging on TikTok or Instagram or on Twitter. Every being native to the platform is important. Although
yes.
I have found that at least a lot of the video content that we're getting from the show, the After Hours Entrepreneur, it tends to do pretty well on each platform. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. I've got several other episodes right here for you. Smash one of these videos to make sure that you don't miss out on the tips, tools, and tactics of industry experts. Let's take that side hustle full time. Smash one of these links.